The Critical Hit podcast contains foul language, sexual subjects, and other things that are inappropriate for children. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Hello, world, and welcome to another episode of Critical Hit, Foul Mouth podcast where we talk about everything. I'm your host, Red King, and with me always is Crimson and Cronenworth
in new seating orders. It's beautiful. It's kind of, now that I think about it, it was kind of weird that the first on-video we did, we were like just sitting at a table. Like this is like the actual podcast.
Tonight, we are dunking. We're doing KritHIT Dunks is back. I got the energy, and it is Sonic, or at least we're gonna try. I've got thoughts.
Yeah. This was an interesting one, so this one might be difficult.
Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Of course. We are KritHIT. We're a critical hit, and KritHIT Dunks Sonic starts now. All right. Before we begin,
soon to be famous. Before we begin,
yeah, kind of. But it's more like damage control because I let my mouth write a check that my ass couldn't cash, and them videos are not coming along quite as quick as I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Never fear. It'll be here.
We've teamed up. We've teamed up on this.
We've teamed up with just us.
Just us. Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah, we haven't hired an editor.
That got editors and shit like that. Be able to just fucking.
We'll make it work. We'll make
expedite
it work.
It.
Just you wait. You'll either see it all at one time.
My freaking word. It's been interesting. It's been weird.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I've noticed one thing though, just kind of editing and like listening to myself. I'm like, I sound like a gremlin, bro, most times. I used to wonder why people wouldn't understand me sometimes.
So are you saying you're a Kremlin?
A little bit.
You totally missed it.
I know.
I could. What is it?
So
Wait, do you want it? Okay, I didn't get it. Go for it. What was it?
So it was a play on your name is Crimson, and you said you're a gremlin.
Oh,
and a Kremlin is also a Russian.
I thought you just repeated what I said.
No. K, not G.
Oh, okay, got you. Well, you gotta pronounce
the Kremlin.
You gotta pronounce your K's more.
It's enunciate.
Did you say pronunciate? What the fuck?
I just imagine that meme where he's just like, sweating profusely. Speaking of which, you want a TMI situation?
Not really, but you're going to tell us anyway.
Tell you anyways, I've gotten clinical strength deodorant and antiperspirant. I've told you this, but I haven't told you this, and I also haven't told you this detail. I've started putting it under here. You know what I mean? Because like you got to understand something. I'm about to be on video. You guys know I'm sweaty as fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, your Marvel Rivals score shows that.
I gotta take a picture. I'll show you guys later. I'll send it to the group chat.
Holy crap.
But I'm like, I don't want, and like the way that I start sweating, it's in crevices. You know what I mean? So under here, you know what I mean? I don't want like the underwire of just fucking man boob sweat.
Holy shit. I mean,
listen, man, you got
That's it. Episode's over.
Yep.
There it is. Bro.
That was a lot.
That was
on the table.
I perhaps overshared.
No, you bore your soul to everybody.
They don't
bores
keep
nipples to everyone.
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah, on to the real topic.
the fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
He's the worst character in his own franchise.
Remember that fucking what? No, that's a lie.
So
That's all.
I didn't want to, like, you know, spoil it during the intro, but like this has been the hardest dunk that I've ever had to put together.
Really? Even over Magneto?
Even over Magneto. I think that there's one that we were talking about the other day. Which would be really hard to do.
We've kind of avoided that.
And I think Doctor Doom would be incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did not realize that I think Sonic's a tough one.
Well, I start to realize the worst part of Sonic is not necessarily always Sonic, and we'll get there.
So let me. I was trying to get the Wikipedia page up because that's where I get all of my intro roll from. Spoiler alert.
He's like, he just reads
it's
it verbatim.
Wikimedia that we use.
I don't.
I know.
Excuse me? What is Wikimedia?
The fandoms. It's usually
Oh,
Wikimedia.
oh.
Yeah,
fandom
the
dot
insert
whatever.
name of
Oh,
this
those
wiki.
ones are even more wrong than actual Wikipedia.
But Wikipedia's not wrong. all the
Wikipedia's
time.
wrong a lot, though.
What?
Well, it's open source. Anybody can edit it.
That was a
So-
stupid
They
noise. I
have
said,
editors. Yeah, you made the fucking Home Alone noise.
Oh, no,
No, that was the home improvement noise.
Yeah, that one.
Fuck
That's
it.
what I meant.
Damn it.
Tim's Tool Time or whatever.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so see, now you got me all sidetracked and shit. The actor that plays his son looks like him. They're not related.
Yeah.
Really?
He's got the same, like,
That's
it's weird.
yeah.
I was like,
yeah. Maybe there's some
I think
scandal there.
it might be a little.
But also, sorry, man, because you talking about that made me think of this.
Now it started.
So, did you see that thing where, like, apparently Billy Corgan and Bill Burr, they could be actually related?
Yes, I did hear about that.
Yeah, from Smashing Pumpkins, Billy
They
Corgan.
might be brothers.
Wait, what?
And again, comedy phenom Bill Burr might be related. And when you see them in the same room,
Oh my gosh.
oh, dude, it was insane because Howie Mandel has a podcast.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of fucking bold ends.
It really is.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
What's a white balance on that camera?
Low light.
It's like turn the lights all the way down.
Yeah, you gotta turn them
They
off.
have candles. That's it.
That's horrifying.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that was wild. I just had to get that out of the way.
Oh my fucking word.
You know, you
No!
can show the camera.
No, it's going on the
Oh,
screen thing.
Yeah, we flash it up on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
But dead ass.
Yeah, I know.
They're the same guy.
Like,
I Googled it and I thought they showed me Bill Burr.
yeah, I know, dude.
Yo, that's insane.
I was like, this is actually crazy.
Because weren't they getting a DNA test?
Yeah, they were. Apparently, it wasn't supposed to be like a public thing, but then it was talked about on Howie Mandel's podcast, and then he like surprise brought in Billy Corgan while he was interviewing.
They're like
Bill Burr.
twins.
It was crazy, dude. It was
So
like,
I feel like Bill Burr should just be at a Smashing Pumpkins concert and roll out first. And I don't know if he can sing or not, but just start singing terribly.
oh, that'd be amazing.
And then
Oh, my
Corgan comes
word.
out.
With his Midwestern ass. I think it's Midwestern.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
That was
Yeah,
how
man.
come I didn't see this sooner?
I actually was going to bring this up a lot sooner than this because I saw this like 3 weeks ago. Is your mic okay?
I don't
In the
know.
corner of my eye, I'm catching it.
No, you
Becoming
gotta hit the knob. No, other knob. This one. Yeah.
See, these are those things that normally you just kind of silently fix it and nobody knows it's happening.
That's why I haven't touched my microphone. Let's get to the meat of this potato. The website that's not loading. Because of course that would happen.
So now his whole entry blurb. He's like, I'm about to go off the cuff, and I said you might want to bring that.
Sonic was gosh, now I'm fucked up.
The thing I hate about this is the start of this is going to sound like just a chimpanzee screeching the entire time.
So
No, a Kremlin.
Yeah.
Kremlin, now that I know what that is.
originally, oh my gosh. See, I can read it. I can't put it together.
So now you understand.
So, no.
No, yeah.
No.
Yeah, don't deny it now.
Every other dunk that we've done, I've been able to do this.
Yeah, but the camera makes it different, and that's why I couldn't read my Boss Monsters card.
Released in 1991. The same. It's a great year for things. The debut title, Sonic the Hedgehog, starring fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Created by Yuji Naka.
Good guy.
I'm about to start butchering names. Naoto Oshima,
There we go.
Hirokazu Yasuhara.
You got it.
Yeah, so those three guys for Sega. It's gonna be one of those things that are gonna be. It's gonna be almost unwatchable.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Something is happening.
I'm panicked.
We need to discover-
Yo, I'm panicked. It's gonna work though.
The
It's gonna be
ribbon
fine.
heavier. We follow the war in red though, and I appreciate this
Yes.
because we're technically our names are off of the color red, and we have never worn red on camera.
Like together, twinning.
Together.
Except
Yeah.
you got like, what do you got?
I got these fucking joggers, man.
No, I'm talking about the
Oh,
logo.
American
Arrow.
Eagle.
Oh,
Hey, it's American Eagle. Listen, you can rep Echo. That's fine. But it's like wearing blue and red. We're not going to talk about that.
back at it.
We don't support gay violence.
So I've been consuming a massive amount of lore videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There is, I've been searching. I couldn't find anything, right? Because when you look at like Mario, we did the Mario dunk, and he had skeletons in his closet like nobody. It was ridiculous. He's also just in his personality pretty fucking shitty. I have not honestly, and I've been searching, I've not honestly been able to suss out anything that makes Sonic a shitty character. I came into this with so much confidence. And it's one of those situations where I was like, maybe not.
Well,
Maybe just abandon ship on it. But I was like, no.
we can do it, right? It's because here's the thing. He's linked to a lot of problematic crap, and you can kind of catch a stray because we're dunking, and the mission is take out the target,
right?
So we're gonna try.
Okay.
We're gonna try our damnedest.
Yeah.
You seem ready, so let's go.
For starters, he's not even the coolest character in his own franchise. He's also the worst character in his own franchise.
I will agree with not coolest. I don't know if I can agree with worst.
Like abilities. It's weird that
He's not even unique in that anymore. You got Metal Sonic and Shadow.
and Silver.
well,
and Blaze.
Silver's not fast.
Silver's a furry.
So Silver just got psychic powers. Like that's why his levels were abysmal in Sonic 06. And it's like Blaze is kind of fast, but like her thing is fire, right?
Right.
She can control fire.
But there's a decent amount of speed.
Yeah, look, yeah.
Well, they have to just because of the video game.
Well, yeah, and because she originated in Sonic Rush, right? Before 06. So you kind of had to, because the only thing that was there was speed levels. So
Yeah.
So I think as far as a character and the things that, like, he's just, to say paper thin is an understatement. The
Yeah.
motherfucker, like, and a little disjointed, like, why chili dogs? I understand that they're good,
they're delicious.
but why?
Remember, it's been proven he only has a speed when he has his shoes.
That is true. If we draw from every lore, yeah, it's only if he's got his shoes on, boy.
So the one thing, speaking of lore, the thing that has been incredibly difficult as far as trying to get a bead on some dunkables on this is like I don't know who the fuck writes for Sonic. All of these different writers across, video games, cartoons, comics, they have found a way to so almost perfectly guard the continuity and lore against like stupid crap.
Yeah.
Sonic 2006 retconned itself at the end of the game. I'm not even kidding. And that's canonically, you go through the entire events of the game. Spoiler alert, who cares?
Yeah, no one played it.
I actually did not play it. So.
Yeah.
I played a demo of it. And that was it.
I watched the playthrough and I tried to run like the PC remake they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Not Sega. No, it's a fan remake where they're like retooling everything.
So the last Sonic game I played was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
That was the last Sonic game. Not even Generations?
Nope.
Generations was good, boy.
It was pretty good.
That was a good one.
But you go through the entire events of the game, whatever MacGuffin, here's ancient evil from whatever beyond the veil. There's a princess that, kisses Sonic, which that's a huge big deal. And
that got a little weird, but like that fulfilled the dreams of all of Sonic fandom, though, if you really think about it. But that's why they did it.
But they capped that game off with actually erasing the entire timeline of events and erasing their memory of it.
It's like Sonic the Hedgehog. Oops,
Fever
all
dream.
bullshit.
Yeah. Oops, all bullshit. That is. And what was the other one? All of the cartoons are supposedly non-canon. Archie Comics, Sonic the Hedgehog is completely separate.
Yeah.
The classic games up till Adventure are in a different universe.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that somebody could say, oh man, that's a real blemish on it. If you don't like Sonic Adventure Battle, if you don't like,
You're wrong.
Well,
I was gonna say
100%.
We can all agree on that one.
But they found a way to say, oh, it's compartmentalized.
Yeah. But I think that's the one thing is that the good thing about a dunk of the overview of the character is that every version of Superman was an option. Every version of Spider-Man was an option. You know what I mean? Not necessarily Peter Parker Spider-Man, you know what I mean? So it's that type of thing, you know what I mean? Where it's like the collective of all the backstories still, in my opinion, validates them being shitty. You know what I mean? So it's I think that selfishness does happen with Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's a good point.
I think that it's not always, but there have been key points of him trying to kind of put his status over necessarily just being good. You know what I mean? Or rather being good is kind of like a trophy that comes with it. You know what I mean? So it's I would say that he's still kind of he's full of himself. You know what I mean?
He's an arrogant twat.
Yeah. And, you would say that even kind of like the Goku effect, he kind of toys with his enemies a lot, and he'll still crack jokes at Robotnik / Eggman. And in many depictions, he's literally already taken over the world, and he's made this a freaking,
And Eggman is killed people. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like a post-apocalyptic type of thing where you have Sonic characters that literally are part robot because they got fucked up, and he's joking with them. You know what I mean? So it's for all intents and purposes,
he doesn't take the game serious.
Yeah.
Which is this is a fair statement.
Yeah.
Because I got trapped up, which was crazy. Because all I could find was instances of him just kind of without asking questions, just going to help somebody.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing about how they paint him as a character is that he does it without a hellish need to just oh, please, you got to help us. He's just like, no, I'm just going to go do it. But it is true.
Yeah.
He doesn't consider anything as far as like Dr. Robotnik's one of the most dangerous motherfuckers in that universe.
Yeah.
Hands down. Besides the fucked up ancient evils that he always decides he wants to mess with.
Yeah. Which I think that guy needs to stop. Like, let's just be real.
He needs to, he needs therapy.
Like, if you're Robotnik, you need to just stop going in caves, stop finding artifacts. You know what I mean?
Don't.
But I have to catch Sonic.
Yeah. Don't go through any.
The fucking hedgehog.
No, it's to take over the world.
Well, yeah.
He wants to be Duke of Planet Earth, number 1.
It'd be Planet Eggman.
Yeah, he like that's his thing. He's going to rename that whole planet. Which you gotta respect the grind.
Yeah. He's going after it. He's going after it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, the problem with Eggman, he's like all torso. The man has no legs.
Yeah.
Except in Sonic Boom, where he is white Suge Knight.
But Boom isn't canon.
It is not canon. It is the farthest from canon.
Which is good because that show makes Knuckles a fucking moron.
Yeah.
But again, we're taking all of it.
Yeah.
We're taking all of it. And I'm gonna say
Sonic Boom Eggman, strongest Eggman.
Sonic Boom
Physically,
Eggman, strongest Eggman. Yeah, physically. The motherfucker's the dude is a Dorito, an upside down Dorito shit, bro.
He is 100%.
like the dude is built
Fucking Dorito built.
Dude, he's built like Mr. Fantastic when he puffs up.
Built like Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
The dude could pick up Sonic and rip him in half like a phone book. He's got hands too. Like he's got the biggest.
But I think that's the one thing though, is that if we also take this, I mean, just shout out Game Theory. I'm just saying, because
Of course.
OG, nothing against the new guys. I miss Bat Bat, but shout out to Game Theory. It's also kind of been proven that Sonic's not actually as fast as he says he is. And like the thing is, they state that there's a certain level of speed for him.
Right.
But every time you see him, he's not actually moving that fast. So I think that kind of, we got to question his speedsterness a little bit.
So are you thinking he has time manipulation powers instead of actual speed?
I think
He's only good in bursts.
that's kind of my thing.
He might be a fraud.
Yeah.
He's generally pretty quick, just in the way that, he's naturally fast.
So think about it like this too, though. How many times has he just straight up abandoned Tails?
Oh my gosh. Dude.
Tails is basically his son. You took him under your wing. You said you would protect him.
Oh, dude.
First sign of fucking trouble.
Okay.
So
He's
Tails
out.
is his Robin.
Yeah.
Because he's putting a child in danger.
Yeah.
Every time he's falling from something and Tails has to fly through there and catch him. Oh, gosh.
Okay, so we're starting to get something.
Okay.
We're starting to get something going because I was a little worried.
So,
I had nothing.
I mean, add another one to the list, because Cream the Rabbit.
Yeah.
He literally, to the point where in Sonic Advance 3, they're just teaming up. Oh, let's bring this actual child with us into like real danger.
This is fair because it's not an adventure and then he figures out that Eggman is involved. Anytime where you're playing as Sonic, it is confirmed he's going after somebody.
Yeah.
Sonic is in the thick of it.
Yeah. Yep.
It's irresponsible.
Yeah. We can also kind of talk about the fact that Sonic is actually a fuckboy, like for real.
Yeah.
So like, because like Amy's been going after him since fucking CD, right?
Which is canonically before Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is what I learned.
Which, yeah, it's a little crazy. The lore goes deep, apparently.
Yes.
But if you think about it, because the most recent, what was it? What is it? Omens? Sonic Omens? No, it's not Omens. That's the fan game. Whoops. I know a little more about Sonic than I want to live on here.
I'm pretty
So
sure
where's your fursuit?
we're getting to that because I think that's the worst part of fucking Sonic is
Frontiers was the newest one. Frontiers.
Yes.
So in Frontiers, there's this kind of weird B plot of like Amy finding her independence, and like Sonic is like straight simping after her in Frontiers. Because she's kind of like, I'm kind of doing my own thing. And he's like,
She's like,
but wait.
but wait. Simping over you. Fuck off, buddy.
And it's like, as soon as she was like, I'm doing my own thing, he's like, so he's kind of a fuckboy too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Plus, he technically gets no bitches. Because
he's been cucking Amy for 30 years.
Yeah, and he don't go after nobody else.
Yeah.
So he's just toying with the one girl, and then it's just like he ain't doing anything else, bro. My dude ain't getting nothing. He's nothing.
Maidenless.
Oh my gosh, dude. He is his fan base. He acts cool, but he's literally not cool at all.
And the only girl that likes him, who she can cook, she's fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, she gets swing a big ass hammer.
She's into all the same shit he is. He's like, no.
No.
I can pull women.
Crazy.
Oh.
So he's a cuck and a simp.
And a fuckboy.
Yeah, and a fuckboy. And kind of like...
And endangers children.
Yeah. And he's
like one of those weird 4chan neck beards, bro. Kinda.
And he's like one of those, and like, always eating junk food, doesn't eat anything good.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
He is his fan base.
Sonic's fan base makes a lot more sense. Now that I'm talking about it, it makes a lot more sense.
I haven't picked a beef yet for this episode. I always try to like call
It's
somebody
sitting
out.
right there.
Well, like the chili on top of that hot dog.
Take a fucking shower. Sonic is not cool. You're not cool for liking Sonic. It's worse than My Little Pony.
There it is. See, the thing is, though, that's scary because, bro, them bronies still out there, man. I didn't realize that.
Bronies are still there.
Hardcore, and it's still those bronies. It's the, what is it, Gen 4? Something, whatever friendship and magic is.
You know way more about My Little Pony than me, my guy.
Well,
I know that I do know that there's generations.
yeah.
I don't even know that.
So the thing that's helpful for that and how I'm going to pivot away from being a secret brony is the fact
You
that
just said it, so it's not a secret anymore.
You're not a brony.
I know, no, not even close. I watched the that toy show.
Toys That Made Us.
Yeah.
That's a good series.
Yeah. So I learned
That's
a lot
a good
about
fucking
my
series.
little
Right.
brony. Yeah,
Okay.
I fucking love that series, dude. It's like I get addicted to watching it, and I didn't even really have a lot of those toys growing up because we were broke.
Broke boys.
So, but
That's why you apply the 5-finger discount.
you can do that. No one trusts me.
Because you're so sweaty.
It's like he's obviously up to something.
I'm walking in the room breathing
Who the
hard,
fuck perspires to a degree such as he?
sweating, just bullets.
What'd you steal? Nothing, officer.
Clinical strength antiperspirant.
Prescription antiperspirant.
I jumped.
What the fuck?
I jumped behind the counter in the pharmacy and just fucking got all the fucking antiperspirant and ran.
They just got to pump.
The pharmacist is just like, what the fuck just happened?
Like that was somebody's prescription. I need it more. I'm on YouTube.
Yo, taser deployed.
Oh my god.
Well, that's the perfect test for that antiperspirant.
Be like, he's dry. I mean, not everywhere.
He didn't apply any antiperspirant to his pants where he pissed himself after they tasted him.
Oh
He
my.
avoided his bowels, but his armpits are dry.
So let's talk a little bit about, because if we're talking about his like side characters, right?
Yeah.
That's he is just kind of disrespectful in general.
Yeah, we can agree on that.
You know, he doesn't as far as like having a team,
He doesn't respect his team.
yeah, he at all.
yeah,
Ever.
Yep. It's weird because the Sonic movies have made him significantly more like charming.
He still doesn't respect the team in them.
He doesn't, but he's so childlike, it kind of gives an excuse because there is a certain point, like, let's be real, we're not entirely sure how old Sonic is supposed to be. Because sometimes he's acting kind of like a kid, and then other times.
So Sonic 1, 2, and 3, the new ones that came out, that's the worst part of that movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like his ambiguous age and the fact that he acts like a pet and a child at the same time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It is a little
The
weird.
fandom's going,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking at it like it's lunchtime.
Yeah, this is what they've been waiting for.
Yes.
It's like Sonichu comes back fucking
Ew.
from the fucking just the dark breaches of the internet.
Sonic Chew from Blue Chew.
Like, oh, when I need to get my man, like that motherfucker was creepy. Can we just get that out of the way?
When I need maidens, I choose Sonic.
No, he chooses his mom.
Wait.
That's an actual fact. And it's horrible because she was like sick, and like it was like no women liked me, so mom it is. I'm like, what the fuck?
What the?
No, I want. That's the thing is when I was doing my dunk research, I'm like, let's get some known fans and like see what's up. No, you want to go down a weird rabbit hole? Yeah, go down the rabbit hole at Sonichu.
No, I don't think I will.
You'll feel different about humans.
Okay.
I work retail. I always feel different about humans.
Fair. That is fair.
So according to Reddit, which, of course they would. Secondary beef. Reddit. Shave that neck, boy.
I'm in between trims. You chill.
I guess
I'm not there.
It's not that
yet,
bad.
You know what I mean?
It's not that bad.
It's this week.
I've seen motherfuckers who their shit reaches their chest. It does a bridge into their chest hair. I've talked at length to a motherfucker like that.
My God.
And
have you ever seen live back to crack?
what?
Yeah, when they got hair that goes up their back and then into their crack. I've worked with a motherfucker who lived with his pants falling down.
Ugh.
And like the thing was, the motherfucker had a hairy back, and he was a ginger. I probably shouldn't reveal this.
Yo, wow.
I had the fire trail.
This is like any. I'm like this far away from dogs and a motherfucker. I got you.
Yeah, just disengage.
Yeah.
If you gotta say that.
Oh my god.
This far away from docs and a motherfucker.
Yeah, plus I don't need to call somebody out like that.
Oh my word.
But no, it gets bad. It gets bad.
So to clarify the somewhat ambiguous age of Sonic, classic Sonic is supposed to be. I saw that.
They can see that too. The thing is, I've been in a weird zone where I'm just kind of like I'm moving my arms a lot, but it's in a very small space.
Classic Sonic is 13 years old.
Okay.
It
What?
puts Tails at 11, Knuckles at 14, Amy at 12.
Oh boy, Sonic fandom, you got a
Oh wow, hold on.
problems.
That's a lot more problematic than I thought.
Sonic fandom. You got some explaining to do.
Yikes. What about by Adventure 2?
Adventure Sonic is 16.
That's it. The thing is, that's not better.
So I'm really curious as to what the lifespan of a hedgehog is.
I'm also curious.
I got fucking Billy Corgan as a tab still open. And
You changed tabs to just
fucking
Bill Burr Corrigan.
They're both Bill.
Yeah,
It's fucked up. You know, Tale of Two Bills.
Bill Burr.
Now I'm
the Tale of Two Bills.
fucked up again.
Now we do that thing where we quit what we're doing right now and we do this like crazy like trip to do a documentary.
Yes,
We'll be looking off in the distance. How many bills?
a lot. I know at least 6.
Yeah. I work with 4.
You know what I mean?
I have at least probably like 10, and it's really draining my wallet every month.
That's because you're on Sonic only fans.
I'm not. I would never admit to that.
Well, saying
That doesn't.
It doesn't help.
I realize that.
hedgehogs typically live 2 to 3 years in the wild, 8 to 10 in captivity.
So Sonic has been dead for a long time.
So apparently,
That's why there's so many different
so they
versions.
aged Sonic from Sonic Boom at 19. Apparently,
Okay.
I don't know.
The only thing is now, what about Frontiers? Because Frontiers is clearly there's somewhat of a through line with certain games.
No, it's all one right after the other.
But like we
Frontiers is so that's the one thing.
latest and main line.
It is the latest, and it is actually chronologically in the right spot. Like Sega,
Mm-hmm. Right. How old
Sonic,
is he in the game?
yeah, Sonic team didn't fuck that one up. He should be roughly 17.
Okay, but it's still weird.
It is really weird.
Till this day, it is weird that Sonic fans draw him porking. They want Sonic to fuck, and he's
Yeah, he's a kid.
It's like,
No, he's dead.
yeah, true. But he's like, listen, I gotta get this done. I don't got long.
That's why he's fast. I live 2 to 3 years. That's like a shitty lifespan.
Gotta go fast.
He's just running one day and just
It's like he's just rapidly just all right, radical.
That's hilarious.
Drops dead. Good lord.
So I mean,
that lends credence to the time manipulation powers, though.
It does. It does. So maybe he's a fucking wizard. He's a time wizard.
Yeah.
He's not fast. He's a time wizard. He's like, I became a superhero by lying to everyone.
by lying to everyone. Okay, so
Fucking awesome.
apparently aging these characters has been like a ongoing thing because it's everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Like
we're gonna say if you're looking at Sonic the Hedgehog right now, that he is anywhere from
eating your meat, then stop.
I mean, yeah.
everybody cast judgmental stare.
I can't.
So he's like 15 to 17.
Yeah, so it's
Tails is anywhere he could be like 8 to 11.
No, I mean, not if you're asking the internet. You know what's weird about current? Don't ask me how I know this. You know what's weird about current Sonic fandom is I feel like Tails be fucking more than Sonic.
That's a horrible thing to say.
You know what I mean?
Boys.
Stop. Yeah. And because
You see?
Google's not safe anymore, man. You notice?
Yeah.
Especially since all that AI bullshit. Because before you know it, you see some AI generated Sonic fandom. It's air quotations for listeners.
Hand dick. You see Sonic hand dick. That's what you're getting there. Are those spikes or cocks?
Oh my fuck. Oh my gosh, I can't. The thing that gets me, I don't know why my mind is going here now, but
Oh no.
so here's the thing. You know how Sonic's got the different pattern, you know what I mean? Where it's kind of like skinish here and then blue. Like, what color do you think it is?
I'm not gonna answer that.
Like,
'cause I don't think about
like,
that.
does he have a weird, like, just human looking member? Because his arms are not like.
about to get out of his chair and kick the shit out of you. I've had enough.
Disengage.
Thank you.
Why
I haven't read this home too much. I'm sorry. I'm done.
What fucking wormhole Google page 12
Dude,
bullshit were you on?
When you're trying to listen, you got to go dark places if you're trying to dunk on Sonic. I realize this.
The fandom is horrifying.
It's the easiest target, really, when it comes to, because the thing is, I do agree, and we're going to talk about this a little bit because I think we deserve to talk about this, or he deserves that we talk about this. I don't think Sonic is the best character by a long shot in his own series. By a long shot.
I agree.
I don't think he's the worst, but I think that the fact that he is like
Eggman's the worst.
Yeah. And
the human with no powers.
That one the one with the boomerang. What was her name? The fucking one from Sonic Boom.
Sticks.
Yeah.
I don't watch Sonic Boom, so I have no idea who the fuck that
Yo, my kids.
So that was the one thing is I had to.
They were
on a Sonic kick for a while.
I had to stop letting them watch it because it was just like constantly on.
Because wasn't that new one too? They were watching that new one a lot too. What was it called? Where he had the overdone shoes and he was like going through time and shit. No, it was like a multiverse thing.
Still traveling through time.
I do know what you're talking about.
But I think that it is kind of, if it's Sonic the Hedgehog and everything's Sonic the Hedgehog first, right? And then Shadow's better than you. That one fucking robot from that Sonic Rumble or whatever the fuck
Metal
it
Sonic,
was.
yeah.
No, not Metal Sonic. Remember the
Emerald?
Yeah, Emerald. That's what it was. Because there was a Sonic fighting game for the GBA.
Emerald Lagasse is a Sonic character? Okay.
It's bam. It's kind of hilarious because that like it actually is Emerald, so that's kind of. But yeah, no, he was cool. He was really cool because his story arc and that whole thing, like that whole game story mode was about him, and which was actually really cool because he kind of like found his heart as a robot. It was like weirdly good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, they
Tin
didn't.
Man, okay.
Yeah, they did not need to go that much in on him, but Amy's kind of better now because her character arc kind of took her to an interesting place.
Yep.
Knuckles is always depicted, even when he's not depicted as completely stupid. Almost said something horrible there. When he's not depicted as completely stupid, he's a very cool character in most cases.
Yeah,
like I really like him in the movies, even though he is dumb in there. But like he's
voiced by Idris Elba.
Yeah, it's just so cool, man. It's just so cool, and it's like there's just so many better characters. You might even be able to argue to a certain extent that Sonic Force's custom character could technically be a better character
than Sonic.
He keeps up and he swings, boy.
And he also killed the final boss of that.
Which knocked Sonic the fuck out. Smacked him.
Yeah.
Backhanded him.
Yeah. Put hands on him at the start of that game to the point where everybody thought he was dead.
You know what I mean?
And custom OC do not steal actually ended his life. Did what and like arguably every hero has this issue is like just kill the guy. Okay?
Yeah.
Eggman was turning animals into robots.
Yeah, he's been doing that forever.
He's leveled cities. He's killed people.
Yeah.
He took over a planet.
Yeah, he took over a planet. He enslaved
put a carnival.
Yeah, he enslaved all those wisps, those little alien boys.
Psychotic.
The dude on the regular just goes and finds the Pandora's box and just fucking cracks it wide open.
Yeah.
Freaking Chaos Zero. That was him.
And he's doing it quick, ain't he?
Yeah, he does it.
If you really
the
think about
turnover, because if you're aging these characters now, it's like several times.
He doubled. Yeah, he doubled up a couple of years. Let's be real.
There's a couple of years where he's just like
every quarter. Eggman's like, I caused enough chaos this quarter. No.
Yeah, like he's doing it on a quarterly basis.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
fucking nuts to think about.
He's more busy than the Joker.
Dude.
Ouch.
Because the
And-
Joker spends an extended amount of time behind bars.
Mhm.
Should be dead. But,
Yeah.
Batman's got this complex thing. Wah, wah, wah. Fucking Sonic's kind of the same way. It's a thing with heroes, but it can be a thing with Sonic tonight.
Yeah, yep. And it's just as bad with him as it is with any other hero. You know what I mean?
Right. So Sonic can like curl up into the ball and goes fast enough to cut through metal, right?
Yep.
You know what Eggman's not made of? Metal. Turn that boy into a fucking blended piece of meat, bone, and tubes.
Yep.
Oh, listen, I remember in the early edgier days of the internet, I remember seeing little spray animations where Sonic's just blending people up. You know what I mean? It was because before there was Shadow, there was the internet.
Yeah, there was edgy Sonic who kills.
Who became Shadow.
Yep. And eventually Sega was just like, I like that.
I like
He's got
that
a gun
idea.
and hover shoes.
Like, maybe he doesn't need to be all red, but
We're gonna cool the red tones down with some black.
yeah, view less spikes.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got that like slick back hair.
yeah.
Kind of like Mozart looking which is
motherfucker looks smooth. That's the thing is that I like if it weren't for Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game Shadow the Hedgehog, then I would have taken a game with Shadow the Hedgehog as the lead character before Sonic.
if they didn't make the game that they made, I would have definitely bought a different game that they made.
That they didn't make. Guess you better rev up that RPG maker.
It's
I
like
can make it happen.
that was such a non-statement.
That was a dumb. That
It
was
was like
a
if
really
they
dumb-
if he didn't punch me in the head,
I wouldn't have brain damage.
I would have definitely taken a situation where he didn't punch me in the head.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I think the Sonic fandom, though not necessarily Sonic's fault, I think we have to say that the fandom can be a blemish on the character.
The fandom can get so deep into a series that they kind of ruin the character. They ruin
Yeah.
the series.
Yep.
Sonic is perhaps the fandom most famous for doing that.
I'm trying to think of a
SpongeBob would be the only one that's close.
But the thing is, though, so the weird thing about SpongeBob, and I think the only reason why.
I unlocked something.
Hold on, though. I might be able to quell this. Hear me out. The only reason why SpongeBob is not as bad, like SpongeBob fandom is not as bad as Sonic fandom, is because the creators of SpongeBob are also just fucking weird.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So on I think it was Battle over Bikini Bottom for the GameCube, you could data mine that bitch. And you can find like sketches of like SpongeBob fucking Mr. Krabs and shit like that. I shit you not.
I believe it.
what the fuck?
And it's like that's because
No, I still think the Sonic fandom is worse than the SpongeBob fandom.
Because at least, if you I guess if you ask Sega, they'd be like, nah, we don't claim them.
But, I mean, they did make a game where you can make your own fucking character. Yeah, I mean,
Right, and it's sold.
you know what I mean? And it wasn't even good.
They're still a corporation. They still got to make money.
So I think I did start that game. I can't remember what the character creator was like.
Oh, well, you know what it was? It wasn't like mold the face or nothing. It was just like you could select face shape, species of animal.
Oh, that's
yeah,
gross.
Yeah. You could select the gender roughly. I think actually it was only eyelashes, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so
that you
I
could
guess
view it?
that was what I was.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of what I was wondering.
Like, is there aardvarks?
You absolute fucking.
like this is where we were going.
That's not where I was going.
No,
I was worried that you'd be able to make a bunch of Rouge OCs,
Oh yeah, no,
which would have been crazy.
because you'd be looking all sticky. Like
Yeah, you just look like a.
it's just ambiguous stick animal. Yeah.
That's probably better.
Probably it's for the best.
Probably for the best.
No, all Rouge the Bat, even the guys.
Oops, all rouge.
Oh,
Like, listen, I'm just saying. This is why I'm trying to say this. Sega is claiming them. They put jiggle physics in Sonic Adventure 2. Sega is claiming that fan base.
That's a wild thing to think about.
We're just gonna be real about it.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Panty shots for Amy. I remember that.
Ooh.
Shit got weird, bro. Shit.
They reeled it in pretty quick though.
Until
Damage was
Sonic
done,
Adventure
sir.
3 comes out.
What?
Until Sonic Adventure 3 comes out, evidently.
I think it's on the way. I do think that's on the way. They're saying, like, with all this shit they've been doing in Frontiers, you can kind of play as the other characters, but it's like not them. It's like this weird digitized version of them. But you can fly around as Knuckles. You can play as Amy and shit.
Huh.
They're trying to say that they might be moving in that direction, and I'm not mad about that because the games are not always bad. But Sonic might be always bad.
The fandom is always bad.
So the other thing is the Chaos Emeralds is kind of a big thing, right? In the Sonic
They're
universe.
basically the Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Yep. They're the Dragon Balls, and you can't. Yeah, obviously, you can't always have them. We understand this, right?
Yes.
By this point, now Sonic is a bad leader. This is what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Because there is so many of Sonic's team by this point. You could have them just guarding each one of those emeralds. You just find them. You don't gotta take them from nowhere. Just find them and stand there. I need you to stand there because I don't want Eggman to get these fucking things again.
Well, they don't react like the Dragon Balls. They don't like. I guess you do need to do the summoning ritual, don't you? For Shenron.
Yep. Yeah. And I think
the Chaos Emeralds are worse because they're just powerful.
Yeah,
Right, and even one is powerful.
Yes.
Yeah, technically speaking, they're literally. I mean, they're called Chaos Emeralds. You know what I mean? They're not a force of good if you really think about it.
This is the truth.
It's like, but every time we're just gonna they're out there somewhere. So like, even if it wasn't an Eggman, it could just be anybody. It could have been my fucking Sonic Forces OC when evil. It's like, I've had enough. Like, why do you have a wrong sounding voice?
Just,
I don't know.
just like Sonic, but lower.
And then the motherfucker would swing it. This is what I've loved this because I noticed this as I watched there was an episode of Game Grumps where they were playing Sonic Forces.
Oh, nice.
And like your OC and his attack noises is just like da do da. Like literally just.
Imagine getting your ass kicked by somebody who goes da.
Da
Da, da, da.
do da.
No, thank you.
Da, da, da.
Like, I'll kick your ass, actually.
You're the fucking final boss of that fucking game, and it's like, and it comes this motherfucker with a whip. Da do da.
That game needs to relax.
Dude, I'm telling you, they know what they're doing. They're cheeky little fuckers over there at Sega.
They kind of are.
But I think that the Amy thing with the panty shots and everything probably wouldn't go over well now. But Rouge's tits are still out there. They're still out there in HD these days.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
I hate that.
Because I've not thought about it until, you know what I mean? Like, you're the only one who's still just like up at night, just thinking to yourself, like,
They're still there.
Rouge's titties are still there.
You just pause Sonic Generations at certain cutscenes.
You're not helping earlier statements.
I really
sir.
am not making a good case for myself in this episode.
I guess as a series in general, I think because like if you look at kind of like how gaming has been, there's been like redesigns of every one of the like trashy kind of like female characters.
Yeah.
So like Lara Croft got a better shirt.
Yep. And actual pants.
Yeah. Like her current design actually makes you kind of think like she can handle her own out in the woods and build a fire and things.
Yeah.
Not so much the first one. She had short shorts and stuff.
And she dual wielded pistols.
You can't aim.
You can't
very,
aim.
very hard.
Yeah. And she was just fighting dinosaurs with dual pistols. Could you imagine that?
They'd go down pretty quick. It's not
No,
like
they what?
Okay. A pistol can't kill a grizzly bear.
That's what I was just about to say. What? I have questions. Why on earth would you think that 2 pistols could kill a dinosaur?
I can't even defend myself on that one. I don't know why I thought 2 pistols were going to kill a
What the
dinosaur.
hell?
Like-
That's a lot of damage.
You can't kill an elephant with a pistol either. They have the weapons for that. They're called elephant guns.
There are smaller,
You don't
less
have to rub
hardy
it in.
things alive.
You don't have to rub it in.
That was I just don't know why.
When you say it, you can't take it back. It just moves as fast as the speed of sound.
I don't know why you were so just like
I don't know why either. Back to my original point.
Disengaging.
Yeah, huge. Tomb Raider.
This is more than disengaging. I'm flat out running. I'm abandoning because of disengage.
He's in the Sonic run.
You're keeping your distance. You're keeping your eyes on him. I've turned. Done.
It's a retreat.
Fuck those guns.
Dinosaurs.
Those dinosaur guns.
You hit the
They
spit
make
in the
dinosaur
opposite
guns
direction.
in Turok. You can kill a fucking dinosaur with a pistol in Turok.
But
Anyway,
it still takes a long time.
anywho,
You get what? 72 shots and you kill 1 dinosaur?
possibly.
Possibly.
Fucking Turok.
Well,
ain't
you
good
will
to you.
detest
It's been a lot of years since I played Turok.
Or
You start out with a claw.
Which does more damage than the pistol.
But if you take a Mario standards, you just fucking throw your head at it.
Or jump on its
Become
head.
the T-Rex. Yeah.
Yeah, you either fucking Flintstone, reverse Flintstone, man.
Oh,
Oh my
I've got questions. What? No,
Finish your original thought, then ask your question.
right. So, that's one thing is they never did that with Rouge,
Right.
No.
and I think that's kind of the hallmark of like because I'm drawing the hard line.
Someone else is drawing one too.
Fair. Furries are terrible people. They're very public people.
The
Okay.
public people.
I
The
mean,
terrible people.
no.
You get your hands in frames and you need to play a tiny accordion.
No. But they are very public.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of the things is like they don't, weirdly enough, they should have a lot of it. They don't have much shame in their game.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
And they are just like, yeah, this here's a bat. Yeah. That's her costume regularly. Don't think that there should be anything changed about it. Don't see anything wrong with it.
Well, you don't,
What?
do you?
What do you see that's wrong with it?
But you fried my fucking GameCube with your jiggle physics. Are you serious? Like, we need a redesign. And it's crazy. They were just like, just turn the jiggle off. And then, like, the rest of it, don't you dare. I need extra shaders in the cleavage.
It's a lot. And like,
I'm sorry.
it's one of those series that grew with their audience and it was bad.
Weird, right? They kind of, you start to realize that maybe it's not the best idea.
There's a lot of stuff where you shouldn't.
Yeah. And I think that your extra stacked out bat was probably not a good idea. You're edgy.
Hitting teenagers with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You're hitting teenagers with the edgy gun hedgehog.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Might have to bleep that one out.
Yeah.
the edgy rat-a-tat-tat.
Blicky the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Blicky the Hedgehog.
Like this is my new hedgehog. Because no, I'm not gonna go there. No, I'm not doing that.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't.
Disengaging from that one. I know that's a pitfall. But the thing you start to realize is that you really. I think the biggest mistake was kind of trying to age up those characters because like it creates this weird space, this ambiguity to like where the characters are supposed to be, how old they're supposed to be, and like not for nothing, you kind of like it makes a lot of sense why like a lot of the furries are weird, you know what I mean? And you know the type of weird I'm talking about.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
you know the type of weird I'm talking about.
But like, because you don't ask a lot of questions with Mario. He was an asshole, but you didn't ask safety questions about Mario.
I ask a lot of questions about Mario.
Did you ask any safety questions about him though?
No, but I asked the question of like, how did he pull Peach if he did? I don't know if he did.
Absolutely didn't.
Because the thing is, I'm short.
You got a mustache.
You know what I mean? If I got a red hat,
What are you gonna do? Put a K on it?
if I can get Peach from that, like
He didn't.
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't.
Because
Luigi
Luigi's
got it.
nicer.
Yeah,
And he's funny.
and he's funny, and he's tall.
He
Yeah.
owns a lot of real estate.
I'm just mad at you guys for being tall.
Now,
Well, think about it. Luigi's mansion.
yeah.
Yep, that is
Yeah.
true.
He
Well,
owns a hotel.
yeah, that's funny. That's true. Yeah.
So like,
He clears up the fucking buildings of ghosts.
Yeah.
Makes them usable again.
Dude, he makes a lot. And the funny thing is,
traveling
canonically,
exorcist.
he's an exorcist, and canonically, he makes bank from it. It's weird. He's literally rich. I'm like,
But back to Sonic, I think like you got to ask safety questions with Sonic because there's a lot of ambiguity in that character.
Yep.
And they kind of play with that ambiguity whenever it's convenient because he's a kid when he needs to be, and he's a grown up when he needs to be.
Time wizard.
He's not. I think saying a time wizard would make him too cool, and we must always remember he's not fucking cool.
That is true. That is true. Like we
So like that "Hello, fellow kids" meme comes to mind.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah.
It does kind of have that kind of.
It does.
Steve Buscemi.
It
Yeah.
does.
Sonic. Yo, the fucking original Sonic and Sonic 1, right? With the fucked up teeth.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What the fuck
Steve Buscemi Sonic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
like, I think I don't think we've gone through a dunk without painting somebody as a little bit predatory.
That does seem
But
to
I-
happen a lot, don't it?
Because I think that's kind of the hallmark of a lot of these dunkables is like they are a little bit,
Yeah,
a little bit skeevy.
it is a little weird. It's a little weird, and especially like
Bat soups.
Magneto was a little bit.
Wolverine a little bit.
A little bit.
Wolverine definitely.
I mean,
Like,
he could.
bro, like, tries to fuck like 17-year-old Mary Jane.
and
Yeah.
it's even creepier because
He's like 200 years old.
Right.
and also he's in the fucking wrong body. So he's like, not only like,
He was like, it's okay now.
and it's kind of like,
Even if he wasn't
Gotcha,
in the body,
man.
he's like, I'm okay.
Yep. He's like, I don't care.
I'm going in full hog. Full hedgehog. Bub.
Fucking bub.
oh my gosh. But no, I think I agree that like it's weirdly fostered just a default creepy ecosystem.
Yep. And I think like we haven't dragged the fandom in with anybody else.
That's
Yeah.
true.
but it's
We did on the Joker. We did on the Joker.
fair.
Yeah,
But there's kind of an overlay there, right?
Yes.
Yep. Because I think there's always, and I. Sorry, I'm dying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go off. Give me 30 seconds.
So, how about them Packers?
But I had it. I thought I could compose myself and get through it, and it's kind of on my own time.
Oh shit!
But I think that especially with something like Sonic, that the mental connection that people feel like they have with that character is a lot like.
No other series has generated that many OCs.
Yeah. It's like it's really creepy because like people think that they talk to the motherfucker. People think that they're like, you know, and granted, you could just be like, but that's just a crazy fan, right? But like, there's a lot.
Yep.
I think after you hit 100,
Yeah, that's it. When are you the problem? You know what I mean? That's it.
Where are you?
Question.
like
Damn.
if you got like 10 like crazies, right? Like just I could talk to him, but Sonic fandom,
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot more than that, and these AI chatbots ain't helping.
Oh my gosh, no.
It gets bad.
And I'm kind of starting to hate the amount of like I'll scroll through Facebook, right? And Facebook just wants to show me, and it's sometimes
Anime titties.
yeah, and sometimes Sonic, but it's like obvious.
Googling too much Sonic.
So especially recently.
Yep.
Well, the thing is, I realized.
Wait, what do you mean just recently? If you were getting Sonic ads before that?
No. Hear me out. I'm saying it was rare in the past because it kind of just got mixed in with like an algorithm, and as long as like there's like anime and titties and like some
So Rouge.
yeah, it's a rouge kind of, you know what I mean? And it's like, and it's always this weird like AI thing that it's like it's it's not like a Sonic character, it's like an anime character with like Sonic features put on them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like AI has been the worst thing to happen to scrolling through like Facebook or Instagram, you know what I mean? And it's like before you know it, it's like okay, well, I guess that could be if an actual like porn star dressed up like Amy.
Wow. Wow. My word.
I've been finding out that thirst traps are AI. Have you found that out recently? I don't know why I don't know why I'm talking about this.
Why have you not removed yourself from the topic?
I'm bent out of shape about this.
You just want your thirst traps to be real.
There was a
I will say
there was one I was a fan of that turned out to be an
Did
AI
you
overlay.
see that all the bots got purged from our Twitter followers?
Let's go! Finally, thanks, Elon.
We've got like
Better
4.
with that.
Yeah, I know.
But we can fix that.
Um,
But to close it all out, I think the worst part about it is like the worst part about the fandom is they are willing to die on the hill that he's cool.
They're rabid about it.
Yeah, like the cool thing, like the notion of coolness is insane.
yeah,
I'm waiting.
It's like
Like you're
gosh.
just impatient.
Just-
You're naked except for shoes.
yeah, which is come on out.
You have a weird dietary thing.
Yeah,
Like
and it gets creepier when you take the shoes off. Like that's the
Yeah.
one thing you want to go down
human
a
feet.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. And they're giant. Like you want to go down a weird rabbit hole. Google Sonic without shoes.
stop talking about
It happened in the movie. You're right. It did happen in the movie.
stop talking about rabbit holes.
Just watch the movie.
It's
We don't need-
hedgehog holes, first of all. This episode.
Fair.
I know how
It's
many
a burrow.
genitalia that hedgehogs have now.
He has a cloaca.
Technically, a kid that have like 4-headed penises. I know that now.
Oh yeah, the lotus dick.
Yeah. Disturbing. I might have brought that up in this podcast before, which might also be a problem.
New
Oh, yeah.
trivia night question.
How many heads does Knuckles got?
Sheesh.
5.
Any answer other than we need to stop is the wrong answer.
Oh shit. No, it is I think so. I will say it is a little tough, even after how much I've shit on Sonic within the past like hour or so. It is a little tough to say for sure whether or not I'm like we officially wiped him off the map. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, he's problematic in some ways. But like I feel like the best you could say is that he's just fucking annoying a lot. You know what I mean? Like he's very
That's good enough.
He still gets the job done. Endangering children is still a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're taking that as a solid. That's right on the money. That's a bullseye. But aside from that,
Cucking Amy is bad.
cucking Amy is bad.
He doesn't.
And now
He doesn't
simping.
because nobody.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't. You have to be. You can't be bitchless and be cucking somebody.
I don't know. Maybe we got him now that I think about it. Because he's pretend cool. Like he's like 4chan, like deep levels of 4chan pretend cool, where he's just trying to be fucking
/ R.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, that type of shit. You know what I mean? And
Woo! Wow.
and you know, he's simping. We know that now.
Yeah.
He's really selfish. Like, and that combined with the pretending to be cool thing is actually really, really cringy when I think about that.
The endangering kids is crazy.
Yeah, endangering kids is kind of
For
crazy.
selfish reasons as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
yep. Mistreating his friends. I don't know.
I think we got him.
I don't know. We might have got, and the fandom. Rare occasion.
It's a rare one, but it is worth a lot.
Yep.
If you have to call your fandom into it that much.
Yeah, it's
That's
entwined.
Probably
enough.
like 55% of this, really.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's the majority.
Most of that damage came from secondaries.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
Just fucking landmine shrapnel.
Yep.
so we can say it's dunked, but the fandom kind of carried that dunk a little bit.
There's an asterisk on this
yeah.
one.
If y'all weren't so creepy, he would have made it. He would have made it.
Y'all sank your boy.
You did it.
You did that.
You did that. And with that, we have reached the end.
He didn't make it, people.
He didn't make it.
He didn't make it. He's on the side of the road. He's roadkill. It's just blue, squishy roadkill.
Revolting. We are Critical Hit. That was KritHIT Dunks. Sonic didn't make it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Find us wherever you find your favorite.
Fandom annihilating.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Furry hating. About to catch all that smoke. Probably. Podcast.
well, they're rabid. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what you got to do with a rabid dog.
Yeah, careful.
Can't do that. Now I gotta
Yeah,
prove that. Great. Find us.
Yeah,
That's
you
a lovely mosaic.
you got a Yu-Gi-Oh! That shit.
Nobody even really knows what it is.
Find us on YouTube at KritTube. Bell notification, all that fun stuff for your weekly hit of Crit.
Oh my god.
Find us on Twitter at KritHIT Official. New episodes every Friday.
Audio-wise.
Audio.
Until then, gotta go fast.